All right. Good morning, Ever Crisis. Yes, it looks good. I gotta say, after dicking around in here for a little bit yesterday, after I rebooted, I think our policy going forward right now, until maybe they get some bugs worked out, is we're just not going to record summons. I think that might have had something to do with it. Putting extra stress on the program. I don't know. But what I can tell you is this. Everything in here looks absolutely phenomenal and amazing. And that's not going to be an easy feat to pull off. Right? When I actually play this game, and when I'm in combat, and they're jumping around using their abilities, this does not feel like a phone game. So it's quite an experience. I think everybody should try this title out for what it is, right? For the free lapis that you're going to get. And at least just experience that. Even if you're only going to hop on here and like play your way through the Final Fantasy VII content. These guys right here, Cloud, Barrett, Tifa. Ooh, she looks good. Right? It's just awesome. And then we have like these new heroes. Well, I'm calling them new heroes. They're somewhat new to me. It's like the starter pack that they've given us in this game. Because first of all, we're not pulling for heroes in this title. You're going to play through, I guess, and you're going to get heroes. What we're pulling for is gear, if I understand that correctly. See these pieces of gear on my party members? This is the gear that I managed to pull off of the banners with, you know, the lapis that this game has just given me. Yo, I haven't even, man, I just got out of the reactor core. Like, I just got out of the reactor core, got back to the Avalanche base, and, like, I'm just kind of going through that right now, reminiscing, just kind of going through that story. Right, so I have tons of lapis to unlock, I'm sure. And already they've loaded us up enough to have your team with, you know, SSR gear, whatever you want to call it. The gear seems fairly easy to pull. I'm averaging an SSR every 10 pull. So that's good, right? I've even had a couple of them where there's been 2 SSRs per pull. So they're doing something right there. I'm glad to see it's at least that, right? This feels good. I managed to get my team kitted out. It felt substantial enough, and I still managed to walk away with like 3,000 lapis. Now, since then, I did go back and I pulled on, I think, like the summer banner, because that looks like it's got some gear on it that, you know, summer stuff, seasonal stuff, kind of feels a little more limited to me. Now, whether or not it's actually going to be more limited gear, I have no idea. I haven't read into it, but some of it looked cool. I wanted the collar for Red 13. That's what he's rocking right now, right? So, yeah. One of my characters here is Zach, one of the first soldiers. This is all going to be new content for me to play through. It might be new content for a lot of people. Off the top of my head, I don't know if they already made some kind of other title with Zach. I know there's been animes made where it actually talks about the soldier program, you know, and how it was all, you know, developed and everything before Cloud even came along. Cloud and Sephiroth, which, by the way, I cannot wait to see Sephiroth in this MOFC, right? I'm very excited about that. So, yeah. And if I'm wrong about any of this, anybody feel free to step in and correct me, please. Share with the class, like, because I just got in here myself. The Final Fantasy world is crazy with conflicting titles and information and release dates and like, oh well, yeah, no, this was already a game, but it was only released in Japan on this year and da 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 da. Like, who knows? Anyway, so it's pretty freaking awesome because you get the Final Fantasy VII experience and this is really cool for like new players and people that weren't around for the PlayStation release of Final Fantasy VII and all the crazy hype. You at least get a taste of that awesome, what the rest of us consider nostalgia candy, right? And you get to do it with better graphics that look prettier, that play smoother. The background, the world looks amazing. It's pretty sweet. Like I said, I forget that I'm looking at a phone. Like, I can screencast this on my TV, and when people walk in the room and they see me playing it, they start looking for, where's the computer? Where's the computer? Because this shit literally looks like you're running it on some computer that's hidden in a drawer somewhere. So that is just awesome for new players and old players alike, right? And then we get all of this other content for Constant Crisis. Ooh. Right, let's see here. Still kind of trying to find my way around here, but let's see. It wasn't in events. Nope. Sorry. Just story. If we just go into story alone, right here is Final Fantasy VII. Awesome. Just this iconic scene right here with Cloud and the Buster Sword. I mean, all this shit looks good, right? But then we get Crisis Core. Yeah. Crisis Forever. We get that same Buster Sword. That looks good, right? And then, of course, I didn't even look at this one yet, but we get all this. We get all this cool stuff. This looks like some Sephiroth candy over here, right? So, a lot of cool stuff, but I think with just this alone right here, this very first part of the story, a lot of people are just going to be happy playing through this. I suggest everybody at least checks that out, especially if you haven't played Final Fantasy VII. This will at least give you a taste of it, and then if you really want to really commit and play the nitty-gritty, I think this might actually lead some people to go get a ROM of, like, you know, the original Final Fantasy VII. And that is just cool for our community, for the gaming community, and for the younger people. So I think that's awesome. This title's doing that. It looks amazing. The gacha looks good so far. So I just wanted to give you guys, like, what I think about this title out of the box now that I've got a chance to play it. I will be making content, and we'll be talking about gear. We'll be talking about polls. I'm still trying to figure out how I want to cover this title, right? Because I don't think summon vids are gonna work right now. That's the first video I tried posting of me going in here and just kind of messing around with stuff and just kind of telling you guys what I think. We tried to do a summon right off rip and it crashed it. So obviously with something as beautiful and complicated as this, there's gonna be a couple little bugs to work out. Okay, I don't know if any of you remember, but when Diablo 3 dropped, people waited around the block to go get that. Like, that, the people that pre-ordered it waited around the block to go get it in a line. And then when we all got home, none of the servers would even work. So, like, even on the Diablo launch, nobody got to play it. We literally had to wait a couple of days. And then the server was so damn busy that, I mean, yeah. So this is just as impressive, in my opinion, and it's on a handheld device. Now, they did make 3 different settings for this game. Mine recommended that I ran it on the highest setting on an ROG3 phone. I would expect that. And hey, it looks killer. Other than the little glitch that I had with it crashing, I've seen some shadows that need some work. I've seen some shadows on the floor kind of glitching out a little bit, and just things that seem overall very feasible to fix and give everybody an amazing game to play here for free, might I add, too. Right? We are taking full advantage of the gacha system here. Anyone and everyone can get this game in front of them for free, and they can play all this and sample all this to their heart's content and have a blast. And that is just very awesome. That's one of the very coolest, best things about a gacha, is there is no upfront cost. We're not paying $65 like we did for Diablo 3, you know, to install this and even have a shot at playing it, right? So that's what I think overall about this title. It's good enough to make me come back to a Square game after Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. I did say officially, like, it'd really have to be something worth it. It'd have to be, you know, pretty flippin' amazing. And I've skipped plenty of Final Fantasy titles. I've skipped plenty of Square Enix titles, like the Warrior Light that they came out with, and all of that stuff. I was just like, nah. But this is something on a whole nother level. There's just, the Final Fantasy VII, the nostalgia, the art, just that alone looks so damn good. And plus, there's more to it. There's going to be more than just Final Fantasy VII. And I can already see that already with what they're showing me in the story. So this is going to be its own thing. And it's going to pull hardcore from one of the most iconic Final Fantasy titles of all time. So, yeah, your boy was going to have to come back for that. I don't know. You know, I don't think anybody can fault me for that. And it does seem like, I mean, they have learned their lesson with their gacha a little. I mean, the gacha seems fair so far for gacha. It is what it is. Haven't looked at rates yet. Like I said, I'll see if I can get some recordings done in there, and maybe we can do some summons without it crashing. And then I'll be covering, obviously, gear, the whole system of gear. There's materias in here, so that's cool for some character building. You're going to be teaching different characters different stuff, right? And then there's going to be weapons that you get, and those affect your character in combat, right? And then there's an offhand weapon that's going to give you more stats. So there's going to be a ton of different combos, and you're going to have things that, like, I don't know, break lightning resistance or make lightning do more, right? And then obviously you can build a hero out to take a bunch of thunder abilities and do lightning damage. And I mean, there's just a bunch of different combos you're going to be able to do with the gear that I've seen so far. A lot of them have, you know, different elements on them. For Cloud alone, there's a water sword. I think there was like a lightning sword. And then there seems to be weapons that are just specifically made to kind of be held in the offhand and just to give you a crazy stat boost or something like that. Again, this is just from me just kind of skimming over my heroes, my weapons. Not my heroes, my weapons. It's just me just kind of skimming over my weapons and looking at some of the abilities that they do and how these things can actually be equipped to the hero, because the hero does have like an offhand. Let's see. If I go to Cloud here, sub equipment, not offhand, sub equipment. Sorry, right? There's some sub equipment. For the main equipment right now, I have the Maritime Sword. So I just think it looks cool. Right? The fact that the weapons actually change when you equip them onto the hero, that is very cool. I also like the idea that, like, there's skins here. So I'm sure we're going to be able to get different skins for the heroes. That's cool. It's already built in. You're going to get to choose what skin you want. I just dig that. I think that's cool. So I like finding little stuff like that, right? And this is just the gear that we're putting on. Then there's materias that are obviously going to teach you how to do things. So we're going to have a lot to cover. We'll talk about different combos and maybe different builds for different heroes and stuff. But I'm still dipping my toe into this pool. But I gotta say, it looks pretty damn skippy so far. Like, I will be the first one to call some shit unfair in here if that happens, because I'm repping Team Avalanche, okay? Right? But so far, I mean, I cannot find one effing gripe to have over here, yo. Like, I was trying to find enough grapes for a whole bottle of wine, but I can't even find one gripe in this mafk. Damn. So I'm gonna leave it at that. It's looking good. Get in here and try this out if you have not had a chance. Play this for what it is. Look, your boy has 0 pink lapis. I haven't had to buy any. Now, depending on how long I play this game, I will support them. I will go in there and I will buy some $10 bundle, and I will give Square Enix, that monster, I will give them $10 for a job well done, because that's what you do, damn it. PFP, pay for performance. You know, as long as we keep showing some financial support to the good titles out here, we're voting with our money, right? And then we can expect more titles like that. That's kind of the way that I see it. That's the best way we can let game developers know what we like and what we're going to want, is with the power of the almighty dollar. So I got no problem throwing these mosques $7.99 already. Just from the short little fun experience I've already had, right? We're going to keep playing. We're going to see if they can actually grind out maybe $20 out of me. Ooh. So, yeah, let me know if you're up in here and what you enjoy about this. And, yeah, I'll see you on the flip side later, everybody. Oh, yeah, if you're new here, just for this content, I just told you I'll be covering it. Make sure to like and sub. If I don't say that, like, people forget to do it. And then, like, channels like mine that aren't monetized and aren't, you know, whatever, they sink. I would at least like to keep my channel around. I have no plans of growing the channel and trying to take over the world like that. I got other schemes in the mix, but this is like my social media, so I would at least like to keep this channel afloat. So make sure to like and sub if you can, if you want to support the free time that I give here. And as always, have an awesome day, and I'll see you later.